My name is Harry. Welcome to Fun in Ryker, and today is story time, and it's my journey from motorcycle life to how I bought a Ryker. I lived in Minneapolis for 15 years. I never had a motorcycle license and never wanted to ride a motorcycle in Minneapolis. I never had a death wish. And I moved to St. Cloud, Minnesota area about 15 years ago, and I got my license shortly after that. Bought a Honda Goldwing and joined the Honda Goldwing Club. And, I just never felt like I really fit in. And, the people are nice. I went to the meetings, did rides. We put a lot of miles with the Goldwing group. And, I was there for a number of years with the group, and, it just wasn't my thing. And, so at the time, my buddy was getting his license, his motorcycle license, and he was looking at the Harleys, and we were down in the Twin Cities looking at all these nice new Harleys. And, eventually he bought one. And I was thinking, well, maybe I should get a Harley and fit in with the Harley crowd. Let's just fit in. But, shortly after that, I had a close call with another car. I was going by a theater and the car pulled out, and if I wouldn't have reacted and pulled to the left, he would have crushed my leg, missed me by inches, and kind of scared me. And I said, well, maybe I should go with a trike. And I went with the Goldwing trike and had that. And and I was thinking, well, maybe I should go with the Harley. And so I pulled in with my trike into the Harley Davidson dealer in the St. Cloud area here. And I walked in. It was later in the afternoon, and the salesperson, nobody in the shop, salesperson says to me, is that your metric? I'm going, yeah, my Goldwing trike. And he goes, yeah, whatever. And and I go, well, I know how this is going to go. So I was kind of waiting for him to push his speed dial to call the villagers up with their torches and their pitchforks and chase me out of the parking lot of the Harley place. And then he kind of quizzed me, and he goes, well, you know what these fluids are for? I said, yeah, you mean the primary, the transmission, and the oil? Yeah, I can tell you. You want to know what the primary is for? And he goes, oh, no. And it's like, you got any used Harleys? And he goes, no. And so I was looking at the time, like looking at the Street Glide, the Mount Rushmore edition, and there's no prices on them. And I asked him, I said, well, how much for this one? And he just kind of evaded the question, and I just like, fine. I was just like walking out, and he goes, well, have a good trip on your metric. And I said, well, I will. I hope I don't slip and break my neck and all the oil in the parking lot. And so that was kind of I never stepped into a Harley dealership after that. And that Harley dealership is no longer business, and another owner took over. So that's kind of my Harley experience. After that, I sold my trike, and, it was a lot of money sitting there, and I wanted to get another motorcycle, and I bought a Victory cross country. And I thought, well, I'll fit in with the Victory cross country. It's American made in Spirit Lake, Iowa. I'll fit in. So I went down to the another motorcycle charity event, and it's like nobody really cared about the Victory, and people had ran into it, have a Victory shirt on. They go, what's a Victory? And I'm going, I'd have to explain to them, made in the USA, blah blah blah. And it's like, who cares? And I love the motorcycle, great motorcycle, but Polaris went out of business. Polaris stopped making them, and I was going to say went out of business. Victory went out of business. Well, Polaris stopped making them, and they went with their Indian motorcycle instead. Now all the Indians are made in Spirit Lake, Iowa. And I sold mine, and it was for about 6 months I didn't have one. And then I decided, I started looking at you know, the Rykers, and I started looking at the Spiders, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not too crazy about it. Then I started watching more YouTube about them, and going on, you know, joined Facebook groups, and you know, I really got interested in the Rykers. What's safe, what's cool, what's relevant. And it was 2019, the first year they came out, and I went to the dealer, had a great experience with the dealer, and rode one. I fell in love with it. And this Ryker does so many different things than a motorcycle. Like, I was in a state forest and beat around the dirt roads of the state forest, and you know, I couldn't do that with a motorcycle. I've gone to places where I can't go with a motorcycle, and you know, I fell in love with the bike. And now with all the Facebook groups that I belong to, if I, you know, I notice there's people that have questions all the time, and there's so many responses, and people will show so much care to these people. It's just, it amazes me. And you know, with the YouTube community, with Beth from Ryker Rides, from Grumpy Rider, from Thrillmouse Moto, and all these people are so supportive. So I finally feel like I belong, I fit in, and it's nice to fit in, and I feel like I fit in. And you know, thanks for hanging out and listening to my story of motorcycle to Ryker, and maybe someday you'll be riding one too. So in the meantime, keep it right and tight, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.